Look at this mug. Isn't she neat? You're so cute. Oh my god. Even with, okay, so like there's this little itty bitty tentacle. It's a little bit chipped. And that's okay because you don't have to be perfect to be great. And she can hold a lot. You can take a lot, girl. So, this is my mug. She's fantastic and totally fits the vibe. And I also have an octopus tattoo because, you know, what kind of whale to mermaid would I be if I wasn't willing to embrace the octopus? So, with all of that considered, today I am not just geeking out about my octopus mug, but also wanted to share with you something you might consider. And I'm sure I'm not the first person to say this, and I'm definitely not going to be the last person to mention this. However, I wanted to bring this to light because you know what? If there's even one of you out there who says, whoa, I never thought of that before. Ta-da! We did it! Yay! So, what I'm suggesting that you consider adding into your morning routine, or really if you're like me, any time of the day is coffee time of the day, to incorporate in your coffee routine some protein. We know that protein is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. You can't escape the protein and its impact. And, you know, those of you who are like me, you've seen it all. You've seen the low fat, you've seen the low carb, you've seen the no fat, you've seen the no carb, and it's really only within the past year or so that protein's really gotten its chance to shine. And for a really long time, I was not attending to protein and its influence on my diet or my body because it's just like, okay, well, it's protein, like whatever. You eat a steak, you eat a burger, you eat chicken, you eat whatever meat you eat, or edamame, or whatever protein source you're gonna use, and that's it. So that's it. So obviously so much more is influenced by protein, and especially for those of you out there who might be on a GLP-1 or doing things to increase your muscle mass and also to increase your fat loss, you know firsthand that protein is it. And if your body's craving it, or even if it's not, there is only benefit by retaining your muscles. So, what's a good protein goal? From what I can understand, I've heard a lot of different things, as you know, every caveat out there will tell you. What I've kind of synthesized and found out is you should aim for 1.2 grams of protein for your poundage of goal weight. Now, having been told that numbers don't matter in terms of weight, I don't know what that means for me. However, I don't know what a goal weight for me is yet. So that will be part of this process of this channel, is figuring out what is that. But for the meantime, you know, how do you incorporate protein when you just don't want to eat sausage all the time, or whatever it is that you are just not really feeling, especially if you're kind of inching away from breakfast, or you're just really not a breakfast person, for time, belly, whatever needs you've got. So, I've got my precious octopus right here, and this stuff right here. Woo. Now, I'm not endorsed by Driven yet. Driven, are you listening? Just kidding, I don't care. Let's just say I'm a huge fan. So I got my morning coffee. For those in the know, so here's my morning coffee, and I have my beautiful little octopus mug right here. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to add. Oh, there's my poison dart frog. You've been warned. I am going to add a scoop of this stuff. Now, there are lots and lots of protein out there, and I am not endorsed yet by Driven, but I will tell you, these people, this Driven way, I was introduced to it first in a CrossFit challenge, like a local CrossFit was having like a 6-week challenge to, you know, basically lose weight in 6 weeks, get in shape, and then you could have like, you know, basically your entry fee to this contest refunded to you. It was a cool gimmick, and it got me out the house, and it worked, and it was my introduction to this stuff. And let me tell you what, I've never really gone back since I've had this. And what I really like is this particular flavor, this caramel latte, because it smells just like coffee and tastes just like coffee. There's another one they have, it's cinnamon kind, and it's fantastic. So in a scoop of this, it's 130 calories if you're curious. Protein, 24 grams in one scoop. And you know, you're trying to go for like 1.2 grams per pound of your goal weight. So, you know, just kind of keep that in mind so you don't get that weird like face when you're losing weight, especially if you're quickly losing weight. You want to keep it as much as you can, all your muscle mass, and also it just kind of fills you up in a way that you don't really get just from like, you know, a pastry or something like that. And it tastes really, really good. It tastes like coffee, it smells like coffee, and oh, it doesn't taste like just like protein death. It's not like where protein goes to die, or like plastic protein. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like some proteins you get and you're just like, hey. It's my dude. My little Ewok, but not quite. So he's amazing. But in any case, and so some proteins you get, it just smells and tastes like plastic, and you're like, why did I do this with my money? But Driven's really never given me that problem. And there's a cinnamon kind, I have a banana kind, and I have this caramel latte kind, and it's just fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Driven and scoop it out. I've tried to get this from like nutrition stores. Some specialty ones have it, some don't. You can see my Life, where does it, can you see that? Life finds a way tattoo I got right there. Oh yeah, Life finds a way. So we're gonna scoop it in there. Flink. Just one little scoopy scoop. Just one. 130 calories, 24 grams of protein. Oh, right there. And then we take our coffee. And people who know me in my mundane life get very scared about the amount of coffee that I drink, and I just say to them, all the time is coffee time, so we're doing it. All right, so here we go. I got my coffee. I got my precious mug, and let's see how we do. Please don't spill, please don't spill. Get that. Okay. Okay. And the spoon. It all comes back to the spoon. And we stir it around. Now, let's say you're in a situation where you can't just sit down and put your coffee in a mug and have your protein in a mug, or the thought of this is disgusting to you because you're like, ain't no way. It'll clump or whatever. You know, there's blender bottles. I have those. There's all kinds of things. You can do this with hot coffee too. I've done that before. So instead of like a creamer, you use this. I've used this as creamer in lieu of, and then you get the protein, and you don't have to get anything else. This one huge tub of protein does the job. And then, so, you know, modify it for yourself. But the bottom line is get your protein in, okay? You don't want like, hey buddy, like I've been losing a lot of weight. Can you see it? Yeah, I can see it. I can see I can see that you've lost a lot. You know, I don't want to do that. I mean, for as much as I don't want to be, you know, Cheeks McGee here, I also don't want to look like, you know, the scream face. Like, let's not do that. And then the other thing I like to do too is I like to add cinnamon. It's an adaptogen, which means that, you know, it kind of works with your body. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen, and I'm kind of, go ham on my cinnamon. I don't know if you've ever seen those, what's it called? I lost my thought. Good thing is that I recorded myself so I can remind myself what the heck I was talking about. But in any case, what was I saying? It must not have been that important. I'll come back to it in my mind. All right, so they also have, I actually have actual pumpkin pie spice, like literally making a pumpkin pie spice latte. I'm that girl. I'm that person who's like, oh wait, did I bring out two? I brought out 2 of them. All right, this one's not open. Let's see if this one is. This one is opened. Okay. I really, really like adding spices. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. So, like, you know, if you've ever had or seen those perfumes or colognes that adjust to your pH, or you know, lip gloss or whatever that adjusts to your pH, that's pretty much what an adaptogen does, from my understanding. It's you know, black pepper is an adaptogen, paprika is an adaptogen, cinnamon's an adaptogen. These are things that are great for your body because when your body changes, it kind of changes with it, and it's just good. It's really good for you. So, and then I like to add some nutmeg. You know, really just make this an enjoyable experience for you. You don't have to do this, but you know, I kind of am a firm believer of why settle for less when you could have more. When more is better. You know, there is that threshold of that minimal effective dose, right? So like, you know, you don't want to have like all of it when all of it is harmful, but if you can have more instead of less, and more is just right, perfect. So let's see how she turned out. I got my protein in here already. Got my spoon. I'm gonna put her in there, this little thing. And then look at all like those spices. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. So this is Whale to Mermaid signing off for a minute, getting our protein in and our coffee. It's the best day ever. Best day ever starts with the day that you make it happen. And you know what? Now I'm gonna have 24 grams of protein in me, and all I'm doing is drinking some coffee. Oh, my cute little mug. Look at this little precious. Oh, look at that. Let's say goodbye. All right, we'll see you next time. Hey, come check out some of my other videos. I gotta tell you all about my pyramid experience, and there's so many other things going on, and I'm sure got way more on the channel. And I also have another channel with back to school coming out. I got all kinds of opinions on pens, and I'm in the process of working on a journal that I'm publishing so that you can really track your own goals and really make yourself the you that you want to be, because why not? You deserve it. You deserve to be who you are. And if not you, who? Why not you? That's why I'm here. So if I can inspire you to make that happen, cheers to us. Clink with me. Or well, actually don't, you know, hurt yourself, but let's clink. Clink. All right, from Whale to Mermaid, signing off for a little bit. See you soon. Bye.